Fairfax County detectives are going out into the community, and they're delivering this horrible news to the affected families that their child was recorded while they were undressing inside of a changing room at Herndon High School.
When you drop your kids off at school, I have 3 in high school myself, you expect it to be a safe environment.
Fairfax County Police already had former Herndon drama teacher Raphael Szlagowski in jail for unlawful filming and child pornography. Wednesday, we learn it's even worse than expected, and several hidden cameras were filming students in Herndon High School.
Yeah, this offender let us down, and he'll be held accountable for that.
Police say they have positively identified 10 victims, but say because many of those images don't show faces, the majority of the victims will never be identified.
And we've talked to many of them, not all of them yet. That work's still underway.
Police first arrested Szlagowski in early April. They said he hid cameras inside of his live-in nanny's bedroom, the same rest-in home where he lives with his wife and 2 children. The au pair sent police a photo, and they went to the house with a search warrant. Detectives said they found one of the recording devices inside an air vent in the au pair's bedroom. They seized a long list of electronics, including what court records call a smoke detector camera. Szlagowski was charged with 4 misdemeanor counts of unlawful filming, but then, in May, Fairfax police discovered more than 3,500 videos, including some images showing child pornography. Szlagowski was then charged with 20 felony counts of possession of child pornography. Back then, police didn't believe any of the 32 recording devices were used in the school.
This is a huge disappointing development, one that none of my detectives, the Fairfax County Police Department, or the Fairfax County Public Schools wanted to be as part of the outcome.
Now Fairfax police say even more charges are on the way. We expect those additional charges to drop tonight or tomorrow. We'll update you as soon as we learn anything on that. And it's important to note that this investigation is far from over. There's still a lot of work to do. Parents, if you think that your child could have been impacted by this inside of Herndon High School, it is very, very important to reach out to Fairfax County Police as soon as possible and let them know anything that you might know.
All right. Thank you, Antonio Smith, for sending me this story. And stuff like this, what you just heard in that news clip, does not surprise me in the least bit. But when I was hearing and listening to the information, it reminded me of throwback video voyeurism, which is basically putting hidden cameras in places, watching people get undressed, you know, for your own sexual pleasures. And it also reminds me of those old episodes of Maury before they just focused solely on paternity tests and everything like that, where they would talk about people putting hidden cameras in private places like locker rooms, especially in restrooms. They were very popular for doing that, or putting holes into the wall so they could look through and see people getting undressed. So this is basically what this guy did, and he sees the opportunity of doing this by becoming a teacher for that particular school. And it said he engaged in child pornography and had 3,500 tapes recovered. And who knows what he actually did with that material. That's like I said, anything that can get out there on the internet, it's out there for good. So that's scary enough. So it's good that they apprehended the guy, but who knows what he did with some of the stuff that he had. It's not safe to say that he just kept all of the material. He probably could have put it on the internet, and once it's out there, it's hard to get that stuff back because it gets copied over and over and over, or downloaded, and once that happens, it's pretty much a wrap. But this is a sick individual for sure, and they need to throw the book at his raggedy ass for what he did. And if I was one of the parents and I found out my child was one of the people that he recorded, he may not even make it to jail. Truth be told. I'm just being completely honest. Now, they said they were able to identify 10 victims on the tapes because it wasn't blurred. That's how they were able to figure it out. But then there were some others they couldn't identify because the images weren't that clear. For those who images were visible, if he put those out there, that's scary because what he's doing is he could be luring in child predators. All they got to do is go and try and find who that person is, and that's scary because they may try to kidnap them and use them maybe for human or sex trafficking. So this guy has opened up an entire can of worms that cannot be closed. So his ass needs to go to jail, and they need to stay there. And whoever is behind bars right now, I hope they heard about this story so they can deal with him accordingly. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this story down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.